What's up YouTube, Darryl here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you another updated Dark Magician deck profile as you can see before you. This has been updated again. I played this at my locals today and I went 5-0. Now my locals is just for fun, which is a great place to be testing this deck out. And I went 5-0 against Madolches, Speedroids, Sci-Frames, Despots and a random build. So without further ado, I'll go through the deck profile, I'll talk to you what's changed from the last one, why it's changed, and just keep it, like I said, it will constantly keep changing. Every time something new comes out or any time something changes with this deck, I'll get a video up for you guys so you can see the development of the deck. So start off with 3 Dark Magician, must have, nothing more needs to be said about that. I bumped out to 3 Magicians of Dark Illusions. I was chopping and changing between this card, should I, shan't I, but the fact that, you know, when he's on board, the fact that if you activate a spell track during your opponent's turn, which you'll see from my deck, that's kind of how the build I've gone with now. You bring this guy out, and then if you activate a spell track during your opponent's turn while this guy's on the board, and you have a Dark Magician engraved, you can special summon it. I finally caved in and went up to 3 Magician's Rod. Now I play 3 Navigation, 3 Circle, so Rod just gets you that search, lets you keep going through it, which is why he's at 3. I've left it at 2 Mahards. Now, Mahards a really funny card for me. Through testing, at 2, I'll see him when I need him and he works out quite well. At 1, I don't see him at all. But when I actually play in tournaments with this guy, I'm always opening, like most times, 9 times out of 10, I'm opening up with him 2 in my hand. Now, I've stuck loyal with this guy because he is amazing. Perfect example today was my opponent activated Trish, banished my Dark Paladin, banished Regeki from my hand and a Dark Magician from my grave. I top decked my hard, special summon my hard, straight away battle phrase into Trish, took the 200 damage. I had a Dark Magic Circle already left on field, the opponent left that on field. Straight into Trish, took the 200, special summoned out a Dark Magician, Circle banished Trish, and then Dark Magician went in for game. So that's why my hard stayed at 2. I've dropped Chocolate Girl down to 2. 3 just seemed a bit too, I mean, you can't really say that Chocolate Girl's cloggy, but I mean, it can be bumped up in the future. I mean, Tree Toad is obviously a way you can get into him by you overlaying 2 Chocolate Girls, going to the rank 4 Shark, detach and get into a Tree Toad and stuff like that. But for future aspects, it's okay for now. It might change, definitely. Now a new addition, which I was against at the start, but this card is amazing. I'll show you the combo with Elemental Hero Prisma a little bit later on, or I'll talk you through it now actually. So Monk is amazing, I really do like him when it works, that is. So you normal summon Monk, get shifting defense effect, you get rid of a spell card. You get rid of a spell card you don't want. So maybe if you've already got 2 Magician Circle in play, you get rid of one of those, or on the Law, or Itemize, whatever. You get rid of that, you get to special summon out Elemental Hero Prisma. Prisma's effect, you reveal one of your extra deck monsters, which I'll show you in a minute. We play the fusion build, so you reveal Dark Paladin or you reveal Amulet Dragon. Send a Dark Magician to grave, you overlay Summon a Monk and Prisma into Diagusto Emerald, detach and special summon Dark Magician from grave. If you have a circle on board, perfect, you're then banishing. And he gets you a rank 4 play straight away. I mean, he's quite good late game as well, because you can obviously target Chocolate Girl and again make a rank 4. Now, a card that I've always been against, I've never really liked it. I understand why people play it, but I've never really liked it. But today I do have to take my hat off and say I understand why now. Maxi. So 2 of them now, obviously it's been dropped down to 2. But what I don't like about this card is top decking it. You top deck it, there's nothing really in the Dark Magician deck that, if you're relying on the top deck, even if your opponent just goes, right, I'm going to special summon everything, and you're drawing off of Maxi, there's nothing in the deck that, like a Menko or a Battle Fade or anything like that. So that's kind of annoying. And obviously today, quite a few times I've Maxied and drawn into Maxi, which sucks. But once or twice a day it did help quite a bit, so I'll give it that one. And then the 1 Elemental Hero Prisma. I have tried Elemental Hero Prisma at 2 because it sucks if you draw into Summon a Monk and Prisma. But you know, it's not too bad. At 1 is kind of okay. I'm happy to take that gamble. So that's it for the monsters. Now onto the spells. You've got 3 Dark Magic Circle. Now I see this card way too often, but again, you can never really see this card too often because it is such a nice card. And it puts your opponent in a dilemma if you have this and a couple of other back rows. Are they happy to let you keep your circle, or do they want to clear your circle? And it works out quite nicely. Now, obviously, what you do is when you normal summon or special summon, or when a Dark Magician monster hits the field, again, that's why you've got 3 Magician or Black Illusion, because it's treated as Dark Magician. When it hits the field, you banish 1 card your opponent controls. And obviously, when it's activated, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck. If there's a Dark Magician spell or trap, if there's a Dark Magician, you reveal it and add it to your hand. If there's a spell or trap card that specifically states Dark Magician in its name, you reveal that and add that to your hand. So it's a quite little nice thing you can see what's got coming. So usually I'll play Circle and then decide if I want to play Chocolate for the next to discard for the draw, or if I want to play a Law, or if I want to play Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars. So yeah, definitely at 3 with Circle. 2 Magic Veil, this went down from 3 to 2. Again, it will probably stay at this level when the new trap card comes out. Sorry, my mind's just gone blank, completely forgot what it is. You'll see in my build later on that I have 3 Call of the Haunted. Now in the future that will come out, Eternal Soul, there we go. The 3 Call of the Haunted will come out for Eternal Soul when that is officially released. 2 Allure of Darkness. Now yes, it can be played at 3, you can do that, however I like the I like having 2 Allure of Darkness and 1 Sacred Sword of 7 Stars, because this lets you get rid of your Mahards if you draw into those and you need to get rid of them, along with Chocolate Girl. So yeah, I don't think Allure is needed at 3. If you want them at 3, by all means you can play them at 3, but I'm quite happy with the ratio that I've got there. 2 Eye of Timaeus. Now again, it's a target for Summon a Monk, but again, even if you just normal summon your Prisma, you activate his effect to dump a Dark Magician. If you have a Timaeus in hand, you've got a level 4 straight into an Amulet Dragon or a Dark Paladin. So Eye of Timaeus, now that it's easier to get hold of, at 2 is perfect. 3 is a little bit too much. 1, you don't see it enough, whereas at 2 you've got enough to play with. 1 Twin Twister and 1 Mystical Space Typhoon. Twin Twister is great, don't get me wrong, but I quite like the idea of being able to top deck an MST and use it straight away if need be. 1 Illusion Magic. I was against this card at the start. I like it quite a bit now because, like I've been told before, it gets you around like Bottomlesses and stuff like that, and Quakings and anything like that. You can quick play it, clear your monster, get a Dark Magician, set yourself up with Navigation, and off you go. And then the 1 Raigeki for board wipes, because why not? I mean, Dark Hole's not a bad choice as well, but Raigeki and in ulti as well, I couldn't say no to it. So definitely play it like that. Now onto the traps. 3 Navigation. Now in my Psy Frame, I think it was my Psy Frame or my High Speed or Speed Void matchup, I didn't see any of these. These were still in my deck, and my deck was getting really thin. And I think I'd already got rid of my Dark Magician, so a bit of a dead card. However, the ability to bring a Dark Magician from your hand to the field, and then especially on a level 7 or lower from your deck, is great. And then the fact that you can, if this is in your graveyard where you control a Dark Magician, you can banish this and then negate a face-up spell or trap card for that turn. So I mean, if they activate Raigeki, you banish this, you negate Raigeki's effect for the turn, and because it's not continuous, it's gone. So I mean, today what really helped me is I was in my matchup against Psy Frames. He had Rivalry of the Warlords in play. I had Dark Magician, Black Illusion, and I think it was Rod in play. So I attacked through, did some damage, took him down to 1300 life points, banished Navigation to negate a Rivalry for the turn, and then overlaid into a Red Ice Flare Metal. So then when Rivalry came back into a course, I could pop the Rod, and I was left with a Red Ice Flare on board, and he couldn't really activate anything because he only had 1300 life points, so he would have been playing a tight game. So definitely 3 of those. And then I've got 3 Call of the Haunted. This card has saved me quite a few times, because I mean, if you bring back a Mahard and then they MST this, your Mahard's going to get your Dark Magician effect anyway. And obviously if you bring back a Dark Magician or a Black Illusion, you get to banish from the field. But this will definitely be coming out for Eternal Soul. Maybe I might try 2 Eternal Soul, 1 Call of the Haunted, I don't know yet. Or maybe drop down the Dark Magic Veils for an Eternal Soul and a bit of a Call of the Haunted mix. But yeah, more than not, these are the straight away you go out for Eternal Soul. 1 Vanity's Emptiness, because yes, it can hurt you sometimes, but Dark Magicians aren't that worried too much about it. It's quite okay. And then 1 Solemn Warning. So the Vanities helped me out more times today than it hindered me, so that's why I played it. So that's it for the main deck. Now on to the extra deck. Now the card that probably sees the most play in the deck, 2 Ibon Illusion Magician. This card is really cool. Let's say you have a Dark Magic Circle on board, you make this guy, you detach, straight away you get a Dark Magician out, so you banish from the circle. Then, when your Dark Magician declares an attack, you use his effect to banish another card on your opponent's side. So straight away, with this guy, you've got 2 banishes on board. You then get to battle through with your Dark Magician, and then battle through with this guy. So you can do a 5k damage if you clear the board. One Ibon High Magician. I still haven't gone into this guy yet. I understand, like, I like him, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just, when your options to go into your rank 7s, you're going into Ibon Illusion straight away, or you're going into this guy Red Eyes Flare. Easily you can bump him up to 2 if you need to, but very rarely when you get this guy out, you're kind of pushing for game and they haven't got a lot of life points left. One Mega Feast Dracosac. I went into this guy today to pop a Swords of Revealing Light and then push for game, so he helped out. One Big Eye, he's a nice rank 7 that you can get, like I said, today there was quite a few Rivalry of the Warlords, so I could have used Big Eye to get around that, and he's quite a nice generic rank 7. Now onto the rank 4s, Perform Age Trapeze Magician, didn't go into him today, but he is quite a good card. If you can make him in a spellcaster deck, then he's a great card to make. Digeist of Underworld, great addition to the deck, especially with the engine I showed you with Summon a Monk and Prisma, and then bringing Dark Magician back. He may not last a turn like after that, but it's nice to recycle your Dark Magicians. It gets you a Dark Magician quite early. Castell didn't go into him today, but obviously generic rank 4. Cowboy and Dweller, again generic rank 4s. Now on to the Fusion engine. So I run 1 Dark Paladin and 1 Amulet Dragon. Now Amulet Dragon is quite nice to boost up his attack, and then when he's destroyed you special summon a spellcaster from your graveyard. However, Paladin is another out to Chaos Max, hopefully. So he gets 500 attack and defense for each dragon type monster on your opponent's side of the field or in their graveyard. No, either player, sorry. Yeah, he gains 500 attack and for each dragon type monster on the field and in either player's graveyard. So straight away he's boosting up attack. He can easily get over Chaos Max, because I mean if Chaos Max goes off, they've got rid of a Blue Eyes already. He's straight up to 39k, so one more and he's ready to push over. Also you can discard 1 card to negate the activation of a spell card and destroy it. So if he's on board and they're trying to get out Chaos Max, you can negate. It's not a once per turn either, so you can negate. Just double check that. Yeah, it's not once per turn, so you can just constantly keep discarding from your hand to negate a spell card effect. So again, Paladin he's really helpful. I didn't face any Blue Eyes today, but he's definitely a great card to have in the deck. And I mean, unless you really need the rarities of it, he's a common that you can get from the Millennium Pack, so you can definitely use him. I'll quickly put those guys up there. I'll quickly flick through extra deck options. I mean, I disbanded my extra deck, but these are just, not extra deck, sorry, side deck cards. But these are also cards you could probably main if you wanted to. It's just other alternatives. So strikes, hopefully if they get reprinted in the tins. I'm not 100% sure if they have been confirmed, but if they have, they'll be easier for people to get. So strikes are a nice card to put in. Quaking Mirror Force, in my personal opinion, I quite like that. I did play 2 power filters today because I was facing Speed Boys with Menko and, of course, Despots. So that hurt Despots quite a bit. 2 Event Veilers, because it now seems the time to negate effects. It's come back around. 2 Magic Drain. This actually won me a game because they activated Regeki, I activate this, and then they couldn't discard for it. So it's quite a nice little card. It's not amazing, but if your opponents are now starting to play less spell cards, or you want them to pay a cost for activating stuff, that's a great card to have in there. I then played 2, so this is my side deck for today actually, sorry. 2 Prohibitions, just to stop everything going off, kind of slow it all down, and see how it goes. I played 2 Anti-Spell in case I was going to face some Pendulums today, just to be safe. And then 1 Strange Dirge, just as a bit of test, like I said. The locals is for a bit of fun, so it's a bit all over the place. So there's no definitive way of playing it at the moment, like especially with the new ban list as well. The meta's all over the place. But yeah, it's just for a bit of fun. It was a nice place to test my Dark Magicians out, and I had a good result. So yeah, I hope this helps. I hope I've got quite a lot of comments about the Dark Magicians, so I really do appreciate that everyone's keeping track with it and updating with it. I'm more than open to suggestions for it. I have tried a couple of variants. Obviously, as you can see, the previous videos we've done like a hero engine in it, and focus more on the rank 7 play. Obviously, when new cards come out, they'll change. So yeah, but I'm quite happy with this build at the moment. It was really fun to play, and I'll be continuing to test it out more and more. Also, again, like I said at the end of our last video, we've hit over 500 subscribers, and I'm massively happy about that. We've only been up for about 8 months, and I'm so so happy that we could hit 500. My next goal now, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but touch wood, is I would like to push for 1,000 subscribers by our year, which is the end of January next year, 2017. So if we can push to 1,000 subscribers, that would be amazing. But yeah, that's kind of our goal. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the deck in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And as always, happy dawning.